in Washington, D.C., there were great celebrations for the failed alliance called NATO. There were no, for the 75th anniversary of it. Today, or this week, is the 75th anniversary of the Geneva Conventions, which the United States authored. Hang on to your chair. I'm going to read to you what Secretary Blinken said today about the Geneva Conventions. Today, we commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Geneva Conventions of 1949. The United States reaffirms our steadfast commitment to respecting international humanitarian law and mitigating suffering in armed conflict. We call on others to do the same. Perhaps the greatest lie he's ever told, Jeff.
You know, he's a stunning failure, and we see these failures on display every day. It's hard to imagine because there have been so many disastrous secretaries of state, but he certainly ranks among the biggest disasters. It's not even worth listening to the words because, I mean, of course, it's not even close to worth listening to the words. They're completely meaningless. They have no bearing whatsoever on actual U.S. policy at any moment.
What is your best judgment as to Iran's response to the assassination in Tehran? A pinprick, a major incursion? Iran alone or Iran with Hezbollah financed by Russia?
As long as Israel maintains this grotesque extremism and this provocative show of extremism, as Ben-Gvir's walked through Al-Aqsa Mosque today, we can be sure that at one point or another, there will be a massive regional war because Israel is intent on provoking it. And we don't have, it seems, in the United States, the wisdom in our political class to stop this. So I don't know whether it will be today or this week or next week, but what we have is a completely lawless and renegade or rogue state of Israel, and the United States bound to the hip at every moment with it, no matter what its behavior, whether it is bombing and killing innocent civilians, starving hundreds of thousands to the point of death, assassinating counterpart peace negotiators or ceasefire negotiators in foreign capitals, bombing diplomatic facilities as Israel did in Damascus, and then the U.S. stands in the Security Council to block any kind of censure, which, by the way, is part of Geneva Conventions not to attack other diplomatic facilities. So as long as this kind of recklessness, lawlessness, and flagrant boasting of unlimited extremism goes on, we will have a disastrous war. It's clear. Israel's going to keep doing whatever it can to provoke it, it seems. It wants to draw the U.S. into this regional war, which, because Iran has its allies, Russia and China and others, could turn into a world war, could turn into a nuclear war, is something that we should be working every moment to avoid. But we don't have a president that perhaps is even physically or mentally capable of this at this point. But even when he showed his mental and physical capacity, he didn't show his judgment to do something different. I say repeatedly, it is the job of the American president, first and foremost, to put a brake on the war machine of the United States, which is always revving. And it's revving right now. And the job of the president of the United States is to stop it by putting his foot on the brakes so we don't have World War III. And this is the drama that we're in right now, because we have both in Ukraine and in Gaza and Israel, we have the makings of World War III, because we have completely reckless countries, reckless governments that are doing whatever provocation they can to create a wider war. Ukraine, which is losing on the battlefield, sent